Capricorn family members, welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot, and welcome to your general reading for the month of July. Capricorn family members, I've already invoked the Spirit, and the Spirit has already laid some cards out in front of me that are going to give you some true insight and give you some clarity and give you some confirmation about some things that you have been experiencing and some things that you can look out for and some things that you can expect. So the Spirit is showing me, Capricorn, where you did come from. There has been some change. There's been a major change, and I don't mean to be vague. This change could be a job change. It could be a relationship change. It probably is a job change because there's a lot of money going on in your particular spread. But the Spirit is showing me that even though it might be a money type of a change that you experience, maybe a money loss, maybe a job loss, but the Spirit is showing me clearly, and it also has affected your emotional stability, as these things can do. You know, when you don't have money, sometimes you feel, you take on the emotion that goes along with lack. And the Spirit understands that, and the Spirit is seeing that. And the Spirit is saying, but we acknowledge right now that you're thinking really, really clearly about your finances. And you're actually working on a plan. You know, some of you have financial planners, and some of you have been listening to videos and audios about planning and financial planning and budgeting. And the Spirit showed me that. And the Spirit also is saying that your plan that you are putting together is going to lead you to a place of financial stability, which is your desire. Capricorn family members, the Spirit is showing me that whatever you experienced in the past and whatever has upset you emotionally right now, as you move into your future, you're going to see things with much more clarity. So those things and those people and those energies that were deceptive, or even if you saw things and you saw things not as they really were, you know, maybe you tried to deny what you saw. Maybe you tried to deny the truth that you saw. Whether you saw it coming and you said, nah, it's not going to happen to me, or whether or not, you wanted something to be something and it really wasn't that. But the Spirit is showing me as you go into your future, you are going to come to a place of seeing things really nice and clearly. And the Spirit is saying, though, although we acknowledge that you've come through you've come through a little bit of a pain and you've come through an upset, the Spirit is saying, but this is not the time to rest. This is not the time to sit there and say, I'm going to heal, I'm going to recover. No, you're going to have to recover while you're keeping it pushing. You're going to have to recover while you're keeping it moving, Capricorn family members. And the Spirit is showing me a card indicating whatever you lost in the way of time, money, and energy. Time, money, and energy, those are your resources. Whatever you lost, whatever you expensed, the Spirit is showing me where you're going to get it back. The Spirit is saying you're going to get it back, and part of that getting it back is that it multiplies. When it leaves you and it goes into the universe, it multiplies because the Spirit acknowledges your pain and your long suffering, and the Spirit says, let me bless you. But here's something that is important about that going around and coming around dynamic. The Spirit does not want you to do anything to harm anyone or do anything to pay anybody back. You have to remain noble and be that blessed Capricorn person that you have been in the past. And that's what's going to benefit you. Capricorn family members, some of you are getting ready for a nice little road trip, a nice little getaway for the weekend, a little short junket. Sounds good, looks good. The Spirit is saying go for it. This is the time for it. And the Spirit is also acknowledging you're going to have to do some things and get yourself back on track as it relates to long term. Sometimes we get caught up in the short-term dynamics, and we really need to marry ourselves to the long-term goals, because sometimes things in the present appear to be extremely challenging. And sometimes things in the present, begin to look as if it's all over and we're never going to make it through. But the Spirit is saying, no, let's get the long range goals nice. Let's get a list of the things you want to accomplish. And the Spirit is going to show me how I can advise you to move forward toward succeeding in that list and accomplishing the things in that list. Capricorn family members, the Spirit is showing me where you have been budgeting and where budgeting has been challenging for you, and you've been holding on, but it's been challenging. And once again, the Spirit is showing me the same concept, that same energy, confirming again that some of you have taken an emotional loss. But the Spirit wants you to know that there is a love relationship. There is a love relationship that is in your not too distant future. And this love in fact, it might be in your life right now because it's really in your center of your spread. So this love relationship, for those of you, perhaps you're starting a new relationship, and perhaps, you know, the relationship is just getting to the level of being sweet, and maybe you have some doubts, and the Spirit says, don't doubt. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a nice little run. This is going to be a great relationship. The Spirit is showing me where you are going to end up coming to a place where you are going to be looking at your future once again. And I said that about making the list of your future goals because that's what you have to do to move the energies in the universe towards your success. The Spirit is showing me where you are looking at your future, and that is that's a good thing. You're looking at your future for some of you, and that's part of your financial planning. The Spirit is saying, and the Spirit acknowledges it, and the Spirit says, good, you're on the right track. The Spirit is also showing me where some of you need to get some further training, some further education. And for those of you who are embarking on education again, the Spirit is saying that this is going to bless you. This is going to be a blessing to your life. Getting that further education, training, licensure, certification, or attending more webinars and seminars and getting little certificates. Listen to me. The Spirit is showing me that that's going to bless you. Some of you have some training. Some of you have some professional status. And you really are almost there. You only have 2 or 3 more pieces to put together to reach the level where you really want to reach. And the Spirit is showing me some of you who are looking at or listening to a masculine energy. That masculine energy is talking about how much money they have. That is not true. They don't have anything. Spirit wants me to tell you that, Capricorn. That masculine energy does not have financial stability. And don't rely on that. Don't rely on the financial stability of a masculine energy. And for those of you who are the masculine Capricorn, the Spirit is showing me that card right next to the card for training, indicating that if you are the masculine energy of Capricorn, then right now your finances have been upset. And what you need to do is you need to go back and get that training. Go back and finish that education that you started. The Spirit is showing me that. The Spirit is showing me, Capricorn, as you move into your future, yes, we acknowledge that your family structure has been changed. Perhaps there's something legal coming down the pipe that relates to your family structure being changed. So the Spirit is acknowledging it, and the Spirit is saying either a confirmation to you or a statement where you need to get prepared for it. The Spirit is showing me for Capricorn family members that you are going to get some assistance. There is some assistance coming. The assistance is coming from an entity or from an organization. Something like that. It's like it's not necessarily friends and family. It looks like it's coming from an entity, coming from something, some kind of an organization or agency or program that you're going to reap some of the benefits from, and these benefits are financial. Capricorn family members, the Spirit is showing me where budgeting is right. You are doing the right thing with regard to budgeting, because the Spirit is showing me that confirmation that, yeah, budgeting is important to you right now. Financial planning is important to you right now because your savings are real tight and your money's real tight, and the Spirit is showing me that. Capricorn family members, for those of you that were planning or thinking or contemplating relocating, the Spirit is saying this is not the right time. This is not the right time to relocate. But the Spirit is also showing me something that's very nice that you're going to be happy about. And the Spirit is showing me that you are going to be taking a flight out somewhere. You are going to be taking a nice little trip. So I spoke about the short distance trip, but now the Spirit is showing me you flying. So Capricorn, you're getting ready to take a little trip, little vacation, and bless you with safety. And the Spirit is showing me a safe trip and a happy trip for you, Capricorn family members. And this could be a series of trips. There could be business-related trips as well. Capricorn family members, the Spirit is showing me once again an end to this relationship, an end to an unhealthy relationship. And that goes back to that structural change, could be, but it certainly goes back to the way you have, and it probably is the structural change. It probably is like a legal situation, like a legal separation or a divorce or something like that. And the Spirit is showing me that. And the Spirit is confirming that because you already know it. The Spirit is also showing me where some of you are going to come to a place of peace on your job. For those of you that have been struggling and, hustling with your job, and perhaps, you're not sure, but the Spirit is saying, but you're going to come to a place of peace. There's going to be peace on your job. There's going to be peace. There's going to be control as far as you are concerned. You're going to have the control over your environment on your job. And the Spirit is also showing me where you're going to have the mastery of your job. So some of you, you're just about there. If you're not there already, the Spirit is acknowledging that you're going to get there. The Spirit is also showing me for some of you Capricorn family members, particularly the female Capricorn family members, for those of you that are concerned about your health, specifically your reproductive health, the Spirit is showing me that you are healthy. So in other words, if you were thinking about going for a checkup, but you've been nervous, the Spirit is showing me a card indicating that you can go. The checkup is going to be fine. You are healthy. You are wonderful. Relax. You're going to be fine. The Spirit is showing me again about that short-range trip, about you going away for the weekend or getting a few days off. It's going to help you gain some clarity and some happiness. It'll be good for you to get away. The Spirit is showing me where you're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to remain consistent as far as how you make money. So for those of you that are working on a job and you've been there for a minute, you've been there for 10 years, you've been there for 15 years, and you're thinking about making some rash change, you're thinking about making a quick move and getting out of there, you're sick of it. The Spirit is saying, not just yet. You may go back and get some further training, and that's certainly going to benefit you and bless you. In addition, the way the cards are laid out, the way the Spirit is showing me the cards, it also indicates that the profession that you're in is a good profession for you, Capricorn family members, and it has a steady flow of money. It has a consistent flow of money. The Spirit is showing me an end to betrayal. So some of you are coming out of a situation where people turned their backs on you, and people talked about you, and people betrayed you, and people spread all kinds of gossip and drama about you. The Spirit is showing me an end to that, but you now have to focus. You have to focus on your long-term goals. That's part of the energy that's going to help you as you move forward. The Spirit is showing me where you are going to exercise good judgment. The Spirit is showing me that this is a time of transition. Once again, it's a confirmation. So often when I read the cards, the Spirit usually shows me a number of cards in the spread to confirm the same dynamic and the same energy. So the Spirit is saying, we acknowledge that you've gone through some love challenges. We acknowledge that you've gone through some changes. But the Spirit is saying when one thing ends, another thing begins. When one door closes, another door opens. So Capricorn family members, this has been a general reading for the month of July. I know that some of this energy and some of these truths have certainly resonated with you. Perhaps you'd like to come in for a private reading. You do need to be advised, though, that readings for the month of July are filling up rather quickly. There is a little bit of a waiting list, not an extensive waiting list, but the waiting list is growing daily. If you'd like to book a private reading, please reach out to me at my email. That's onewhosees4u@yahoo.com, onewhosees4u @yahoo.com. Capricorn family members, I look forward to hearing from you. Would love to do a private reading with you. And my readings usually are between 30 and 60 minutes, and they are in 2 parts. So, Capricorn family members, look forward to talking with you very soon. Best wishes.